Why, hello there. Just enjoying some flying now that we finally have some elytras. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bingocraft. So you may actually notice that the server looks a little different. That's because I actually removed the shaders we had. I figured it'd be better for everyone else to activate their own shaders, as they want instead of just having it on the world. Keeps it from having everyone needing to download things and all that. But with that being said, so we turn around here, you can actually see that I built two trees off camera, and I really like this design. Shout out to Meg Ray for the amazing tutorial. And basically what I did was I just used her shape, but as far as block palette goes, that was just all me. I'm sure someone else has came up with this block palette before, but oh well. Basically, yeah, the goal for today's video is to build a bunch of these trees and honestly light up this area because it's a hazard. I literally, as you can see, creeper exploded over there. Not very fun. Every time I walk out of my house, I get assaulted. Oh yeah, and I got this spear. I've been playing around with this thing. Very fun. Now we're just gonna grab a bunch of stuff. Well, glass panes. I actually don't think I'll need those. The only things I won't be able to do are these end rods because I don't have any of those at the moment. Okay, so I feel like this simple design is basically just gonna be like archways kind of going over it. That's the plan anyways. See how this kind of like arches over the path? I think that looks nice. I don't know if you're wondering what this hole is. This actually goes down into the library because I have a wool farm down there. There's a lot of things I should probably address about that area, but at the moment, too busy. Okay, and basically the design was this. Just a lot of this. But of course, add our own variation because you don't want to just have a bunch of these lying everywhere. Okay, I think we'll have another part branching off to the side over here. It's actually getting dark. Go figure. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed though because, as I said, it is a hassle trying to survive. And I imagine I'll probably have to, go farm some more blocks in the future, but for now, this is just what we're going to be using. All right, yeah, so that works. And now just placing a buttload of fences. It's going to be very fun. Oh, and I did actually use my happy ghast, but he's over there at the windmill, which, by the way, that is complete. I may end up changing the design of that in the future, but at the moment, that looks good. Trying to make it as much like a tree as possible, but make it go up and then down. Now, the previous design I was using for these trees, I didn't like. It was just, very clunky, didn't look very good. I decided to do a bigger tree design, but what's nice about that, well, one, I don't have to build as many trees, and two, it just, looks nicer. I can add more details. Okay, then we're just gonna add a bunch of different fences in different places. Is it too flat up here? It might be too flat up here. Okay, I'm feeling as if maybe this part is very empty, so we're gonna adjust this. Okay, I feel like that might bulk that up a bit better, maybe. We'll see. There is no real science to it, just kind of place a bunch of fences everywhere. Okay, I'm really liking how this side is coming out. Now all we have to do is finish this one. Kind of make that really low hanging. I think that'll look good. And it's getting dark again, of course. Yeah, and then just keep doing that. Am I out of fences? Okay. Oh, I have a stack left. Ooh, that could have been bad. As I'm looking at it right now, the general shape is good, so we can start placing blocks now. Okay, so we're gonna need all of these materials here to build. And the amount of materials actually used isn't terrible for each tree, but the issue is just actually getting these materials. It just takes a long time. All right, so the way I do this is just kind of go around and place random blocks everywhere. If you don't like something, you can always change it in the future. So yeah, just kind of figure out. And something I don't like here is the lack of branches. So I think I'm gonna have something just kind of come down. Yeah, I think that'll look, just kind of shapes that up better. So it's pretty much just this, you know, for the entire thing and for each of these blocks. So I'll go around with the wool, do the same thing, the glass, same thing, the light blue, same thing, you know, all that. Just kind of makes it easier for me. That way I'm not designing as I'm building. I'm just, you know, going with the flow. Just kind of seeing where it takes me. I'm not trying to think too hard about it. Okay, yeah, I think that looks good. Now we can just go back through with all the other blocks. Okay, well, that was not fun. Probably should have gone to bed first. I don't know why it's only creepers, though. It's never anything else that spawns. It's very annoying, though. I'm already out of wool. Okay, no big deal. We'll just go through with the glass now. Add the frog lights now, just kind of make it look a little nicer. Light up the place, because clearly we need it. Okay, since we don't have wool, we'll kind of like substitute it with the terracotta. Okay, and basically this is complete now. All we have to do is go back through and add more frog lights. Okay, I'm thinking one right there, one right there, maybe. Let's do one there. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bow. So yeah, it's basically just this simple design that we're gonna be using for all of the trees around here. Okay, if we fly up though, basically just get a better view. Okay, now imagine an entire forest of these below the tower. I think that'll look quite nice, wouldn't you? Okay, yeah, but enough dawdling. I need to get resources, so I'm just gonna do a bunch of material gathering off camera, and then I'll get back with you guys shortly. All right, so after a couple hours of material grinding, we can go ahead and do more trees. After I go to bed, though, of course. Oh, I need more. I can't actually build the trees yet. I need more warp stems. Okay, well, be right back. All right, I'm back with more logs, stem things. It should be enough for at least a few trees. All right, I'll probably have to make a stop for some warp stems in the future, but you guys won't see that. Alright, so as you can see, I've built a few trees. Now, I am actually running out of time for today, so I'll probably build more trees off camera, but I also did a little bit of the landscape here. This is kind of what I want it to look like. I want to make a better pathway, but in due time. Yeah, and I kind of want like maybe like a pond section here. I think that would look really cool, but this is what I want it to look like. again, I'll get more end rods later. Now, something else I want to do is actually build like a porch right here. Like, I want to connect this roof here to this and just make like a cool wraparound porch section. I don't know if that will work, but I need something to light up this area because it's really dark and mobs like to spawn here. So that's kind of my solution for that. But yes, I think the vibe is being captured. What do you think, sir? What do you got? Pufferfish, oak saplings. I mean, that's not bad, especially since the nearest desert's 12,000 blocks away. Okay, so this is my very industrial, very large super smelter. Also a kelp farm, and that's actually starting to oxidize, which is making it look better. Okay, it might actually be broken, so just in case, I'm gonna bring some sand. I can't remember if I turned it off last time I logged off. Okay, it's just the normal things. All right, so basically, yeah, simple kelp farm. Okay, this one did break. That makes more sense. Okay, not a big deal. This thing's really easy to fix. But yeah, simple design. I'll shout out to the person who made this. I'll put their channel up. Yeah, simple design. Basically just, I'm not sure exactly how it works, but the kelp rapidly grows and then gets broken by the pistons and it just falls down this massive system here, and I will show you that as well. So yeah, it falls down the system, all the kelp gets put in the smokers, and then if we come down here, all right, so basically it comes down here into this chest, or into this auto crafter where it gets crafted into kelp or dry kelp blocks. This minecart transfers, there's just a bunch of hoppers here. This minecart transfers kelp in the system, just a bunch of kelp. And then this minecart goes up and refuels the smokers. So not a very compact design. I'm sure I could have made a better design. Basically, I made all of this on my own just with what I knew about redstone. And, you know, watching a couple videos here and there. But basically, this is, you know, just simple stuff. And yeah, this is just all getting smelted, and I was gonna do some fancy like refueling system where everything gets an even amount, but I didn't really know how to do that on a compact scale, because if I dig out, it's kind of, you know, just a mountain face. It just leads out into a big river. So what I did to combat this was actually just put iron bars in the system. And basically this just keeps it so that all these slots are filled up, so when this gets full, it can move on to the next one. Because the problem I was having is that everything wasn't getting an even amount. Some smokers were getting more than the other smokers. So that's the quick solution I came up with on my own. I'm sure, again, someone's thought of that before me. I actually haven't been paying attention to all this. This is just my giant super smelter. Not the most impressive thing in my opinion, but I'm proud of it. And yeah, we basically just flick that lever, and then yeah, we see it all working up there. Very nice. Did I leave some sand up there? God dang it. Yes, I haven't actually showed the rest of this either. This is just what I was doing, tinkering off camera, doing a bunch of stuff. So right here, basically the copper golems get made, or well, you gotta use your imagination a little bit. The copper golems get made here, and they come out on this conveyor belt. This is a work in progress. I kind of want to change this design, but you see the vision. And I actually didn't wax that, but whatever. And basically, yeah, they get put over here, and this is going to be like some sort of collection chamber. I just didn't know what to do with this at the time. And if we come back here, my buddy Lewis actually helped me rig this up. I'm not sure if this is the best way to do it, but this is the way he came up with, and it works, so I don't really care. But basically, just flick that lever on, and a bunch of lights come on. But the problem is this is all tinted glass, and I made this with vibrant visuals on, so I didn't really account for that. I don't have vibrant visuals on right now. I just kind of wanted to turn shaders off for a bit, but basically with vibrant visuals on, this is what it would look like. So yeah, pretty cool in my opinion. And yeah, there's also lights here. But yeah, when you're walking in, it looks really cool. And as for this, no significance in the number 7, just I liked it. And actually these blocks are finally oxidized, so I can do this. But yes, what do you guys think? I think this looks really cool. Now, I am gonna change this design. I'm Sure, I'll keep like the lights and stuff, but I don't know how this conveyor belt system is gonna run. I don't want it to look too similar to the super smelter. Other than that, this is actually gonna be my sugarcane farm, and this is a really simple design I came up with. And basically just bone meal will get sent into these dispensers through hoppers, and just, sugarcane grows and then this detects. But these droppers are going to be on a clock system. You can just trigger with like a lever or a button, whatever you may want. And since these are just going to be refueling with bone meal, because we're also going to have a automatic bone meal farm up here, somewhere up here. Haven't thought of how I'm going to do that part yet, but yeah, these are just going to be refueling constantly. So you have the clock system and it's just constantly growing and getting broken. And since it's on such a small scale, it shouldn't break. Because I was testing this out, and I think the reason my design wasn't working was because of just how big I did it. But since this is only 5 blocks wide, not a problem. But yeah, that's a project for another video. But for now, Vibrant Visuals will stay off because just I like having it as normal Minecraft every now and then. And I think zombies just broke through my door. Why would they do that? That's so mean. Why? I need a spear. I want to have a nice place here, but you guys are ruining my dream. All right, so basically this system is like you have a solid block here and then a button, and then you have a copper bulb and that will activate it. I don't actually have a button on me. We'll just use a spruce button. So basically, yeah, and that will stay on. And basically now we need a comparator system, and I need inventory space. So yes, this will compare that, and this will be covered up in the future. Okay, and then you have this, and this should work now, right? Oh, because this needs to be, yeah, there we go. All right, yeah, that works. Well, it was working. What happened? It's not. Oh, it's because this isn't. Okay. We just need to move this over then. All right, that works. This should work. Oh. Yep. Okay, so what we'll have is another system that sends signals into this copper bulb to change this, and we can just have this link up like into the tower, just as far up as we want, using the same button system. Very nice. I'm not too concerned with the rest of the tower. I will eventually do it, obviously, but I don't think realistically I'm gonna be up in the top areas that much. I really only care about coming down here from the first floor, but this should work a lot better. Yes. Okay, we just need this redstone to go into this block here, into the bulb. Okay, now that should work, right? Wait, what? So that activates that. Oh, that's because that's not a button up there. That's why it's not working. All right, you are constantly being powered. That is the issue. And then that should work. Is it changing? It didn't change. Okay, something went wrong. Is it the repeater system maybe? What went wrong here? Okay, that got switched. Okay. So that works. Now, this should work, right? I'm guessing it's just a repeater thing. Repeaters aren't set up correctly. What we'll do is we'll replace this with the lever just so we can have a look at what's happening. Okay, so it's coming here and it's not getting sent down there. It's because this is dead. Okay, that shouldn't be a problem then. It should just be like this. Is that it? Did I fix it? That's that. Switch it, please. Okay, maybe it just didn't. Oh, is it just not getting repeated? Is that it? It literally runs out right there. That is actually crazy. Of course, this is my design. I created this in my test world. I mean, I'm sure someone's done something similar, but I just didn't use any tutorials. All right, so that switched now. Now we go up. We're gonna take more damage. Okay. Now, so this goes down, and then this goes up. You gotta wait a minute though, and then do that to go down. Oh, yep, you see it forming. Nice. So the only downside to this is that it's a little slow, but not a big deal. And all this redstone will probably be hidden. Yeah, it'll be hidden behind here. Since this is so like, I want to shorten this up, just kind of make this wider because I feel like it's a little cramped. But as far as this glass goes, I'll probably just change this to only a window on the front here and then like just have solid blocks there. But very lovely. I should probably also change the block that's on, just make that look better. All right, now as for covering this up, I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do that. I mean, I can just use glass, but I don't want to have a system that you can see, so I'll work around that eventually. But for now, I think that is where we are going to end this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and by the time I come back, this should hopefully all be terraformed and looking really cool and just have a bunch of trees, hopefully. But thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.